I am a pedophile. I'm not a monster.
What age groups are you attracted to?
I would say it probably starts about 4 super-powered kids, who are able to consent.
Hi guys, it's Misha and welcome back to my channel. So MAPS, or minor attracted people, aka pedophiles, they're trying to insert themselves into the LGBTQ community, basically claiming that they did not choose their sexuality, they did not choose to be attracted to literal children, so therefore they deserve our support, they should be normalized, and we should treat them with respect. And this isn't anything new. Pedophiles have been around trying to rebrand themselves as MAPS for a while now. Many even call themselves totally harmless and even virtuous in some cases if they are not pro-contact, which we'll get into all of that. Before we get into this, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. A lot of really woke people from the left like to say, you know what, you're just using this as an excuse to hate on the LGBTQ community, right? You claim that you care about children, and none of you guys actually care about children. You just want to harass the LGBT whatever. I understand that mentality because I used to say that all the time, right? Towards anyone that would bring up MAPS. I would say no one supports that. We shouldn't even be talking about this in relation to the community. But the problem is these MAPS are actually trying to say that they are part of the LGBT community or whatever, because, like I said, they can't change their sexuality. It's the same exact thing. It's not. A gay man is attracted to another man, not a boy. A lesbian is attracted to another woman, not a girl. Okay? Pedophilia should not be normalized. This has been an issue for gay people for so long, for being called pedophiles or a threat to children just for simply being gay. And, there's so much progress that has been made. And now you have an actual threat to children, pedophiles, saying, oh my God, we're just like gay people. We're just like bi people. No, you are not. Don't get me wrong, a lot of people, I think a majority, I hope a majority of people within the community are saying no, okay? Pedophiles have no place here, and good for you if you are among those people, but I still think it's important to talk about this because this trend is not going away. People are still posting the MAP pride flag as if this is something to be proud of, that you want to assault children. And you may think, no one is buying into this, right? It's just a few crazy pedophiles. Are you sure? Because there are people making videos about their sexual attraction to children. There was a video back in 2016, so, this movement has been going around for quite a while. But there was, it was called The Life of a Virtuous Pedophile. Like he says in this video, since, he's not pro-contact, so he doesn't think you should actually go out and, touch children, then it's really moral and really great, and therefore he's virtuous. You're telling me that just because someone who's fantasizing about murdering people goes up to you and tells you, well, I haven't actually murdered anyone, so I don't need to go to therapy. You should actually not stigmatize, the whole murder thing. I think it's totally normal. My thoughts and my desires to kill people, it should be normalized. There's a clip of him.
I am a pedophile. I'm not a monster. I have the attraction, but I don't act on it.
What age groups are you attracted to?
I would say it probably starts about 4 years old, and then goes up into early 20s, late teens, early 20s, and it kind of peaks at about 9, 10 years old.
And that shouldn't be stigmatized. Here's the problem with this, right? I'm not saying, oh my God, we should all go hate on him, that's gonna fix it. No. But if we destigmatize that, being attracted to a 9-year-old, he won't be feeling guilty anymore. He won't be feeling like it's something that is abnormal, and it will be very unlikely that people will start going into therapy for something like that. He does go on to say that he was unfortunately a victim. And
patted the ground, indicating he wanted me to sit by him. And so I did, and then he just basically touched me. And to that I say, yeah, that is an unfortunate statistic. It's actually true. A lot of pedophiles were victims. And that's the psychology behind it, but I have to say, there is no excuse to go out and do the same thing to another kid.
right? I mean, that just it goes to show that these people do need therapy, like even more so. Like, please go get help. This isn't something that should be normalized just because you were a victim as well. That's not an excuse to go out and do things to a kid.
You know, I don't go out of my way to be around children. If they're around me, then they're around me. It happens. You can't completely cut yourself off. A lot of my fantasies actually revolve around kids who are more powerful than I am. Is this idea of super-powered kids, who are able to consent, because they're just super smart, or they could just crush me.
All right. Oh, wait a minute. They can consent if they're stronger than him. Kids cannot consent. Kids cannot consent.
They didn't choose their sexuality, as long as they're not acting on it and they're devoted to doing the right thing. Our philosophy is there's no reason to feel guilty for that.
I've learned to accept myself. Accept yourself. You should not accept yourself with the fact that you are a pedophile. Then you're not going to go into therapy. And you may have noticed he has not mentioned one word about going into therapy or trying to get help. Because his idea in his brain is that, well, I'm not actually going to do anything. Trust me. So yeah, I don't really need to do anything. I'll just accept myself.
I am neither proud nor ashamed of being a pedophile. At this point, I just accept it. It's who I am.
Here's a screenshot. It says, my AOA, age of attraction, I think, is 2 to 12. So if you're older than that, you shouldn't fear anything. The extremists, super religious people are probably having a field day with this, right? Look, we told you, they're all pedophiles in the LGBT whatever community. But guess what? There are pedophiles everywhere. There are pedophiles within the church. We know this from all the priests, regardless of gender or religion or sexual orientation. It's just that they're trying to use the LGBT community to kind of hide and say, listen, it's okay because we're part of this, right? No. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Okay, there are people who actually advocate for legalizing pedophilia because this is their reasoning. Watch this. Well, back then it was fine. People had relations with children, so it's fine. It should be normalized again. And they say, well, when you say that kids can't consent, that's a myth. Huh? How? Explain how a child can consent to having sex with a 50-year-old man. Explain it to me. I'm all ears. Explain. He's saying it's just my thoughts, I'm not actually going to do anything. Guess what? Thoughts likely turn into actions. Illegal actions, mind you. So to say, I'm just thinking about it, I'm not actually going to do it. Excuse me, there's a reason that people, for example, who say, I'm so suicidal, I'm going to kill myself, and they make a whole plan of how they're going to kill themselves. There's a reason that if someone hears that, if a doctor hears that, they say, oh, okay, we're going to put you in a hospital and check you out. Same thing here. If you're constantly talking about how you want to sleep with a kid, you should really just be taken and get help, because that's not okay. And I understand, again, hating them isn't going to help, but normalizing this is not only not going to help, it's going to put children in danger. There was also a professor at Old Dominion University, Alan Walker. Here's a clip from that.
Dr. Alan Walker centers around their argument.
Notice how they use they, them. They'll make sure to use the correct pronouns.
It's less stigmatizing than other terms like pedophile. A lot of people, when they hear the term...
There's a reason for the stigma.
...term pedophile, they automatically assume that it means a sex offender. And that isn't true, and it leads to a lot of misconceptions about attractions toward minors.
But not every...
So you're telling me that if a serial killer started saying, guys, I don't feel good when you refer to me as a serial killer, there's a lot of stigma. Could you please refer to me as something else, right? It would make me feel happy. Who cares? Who cares what makes you feel happy? You're a serial killer. What? Again, it's so weird. Even here, the maps are telling you that they are victims. You shouldn't feel proud of being a pedophile. You're not part of the LGBTQ community, and no one in their right mind is going to fight for destigmatizing pedophilia. because certain things should be stigmatized. 100%. That's all for today's video, guys. Please remember to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.